right, 281, here we are. It's Stokes and Gas here talking about the playoffs, and we've had two games played already so far. One of them was close, one of them was not so close.
It was
Um,
close for a little minute. It was
yeah,
close for a little
yeah,
minute.
I tuned into it for a little bit of that game. It was 28 to 14 when I tuned in,
I know,
and
no, thank you.
then then the Raiders got a couple extra possessions, and that really just said said what needed to be said about that game, and it snowballed quickly in avalanche. So when you play against someone with a good passing attack, that can happen pretty quickly if you lose the ball a few times. Um, and in the
Yeah,
other game,
so let
sure,
me
go ahead.
just I just had some thoughts on that first game. So is it the Raiders' home field advantage to have your fucking kicker iced for like extra points and just kicks in general?
Yeah, I've seen a couple different fields where that is a part of the momentum.
I
It's
know,
like
no,
all
thank you.
kicks are iced. I don't really understand that. I mean, not that icing kicks bothers me particularly, but I understand how that can be frustrating because it's crazy.
Well, it fucking changed that game because he was down 21-14, right? And he was driving. Then he got stopped. Raiders got stopped. Chiefs were then driving again. Got into field goal range, and I was like, "How the fuck did he ice his kicker in the second quarter?" And I was like, "Wow, that's crazy," because he missed it badly.
Mm.
And I thought that he was rattled after that. Well, he came back down, drove down the field, and then I think he turned the ball over or something. Raiders scored quickly, and then he drove down the field again, scored a touchdown, and missed the extra point because the extra point was iced. That was crazy. And
Hmm.
then he was just rattled from there, and I felt like he just, the game was close for the longest time, and then
Yeah,
unfortunately this
the
is
Raiders scored 26 points in the fourth quarter. So
yeah
going into the
to
fourth,
blow
it
it
was
open
28 to 20. So it was a close game, and then in the fourth quarter,
because he posts
um,
yeah yeah
things
yeah yeah.
things went crazy.
Ugh.
Let's see.
And then Prey, oh my God, Prey and Ridley. Oh man, they were just going back and forth, just not wanting to be clutch.
Yeah,
That game
I
should have
think
gone to the game should have gone to overtime because Ridley threw like on his game-winning drive, he threw like 3, 4 picks, dude.
yeah,
It's
there was
crazy.
that the last few drives, the last half of the fourth quarter, they were going back and forth, but giving the ball to one another. Prey had opportunities. He had the ball in on like the 30, 40 yard line, couldn't convert a first down, so had to punt it back. And then Brady did what Brady does, and he was able to get in the field goal range. But
I started saving clips of the game because I was like, man, I need to do a coach them up on this game because they are just both trying to lose this motherfucker.
and that can happen with the playoffs. Sometimes things get a little bit tight going to deep
I
water.
thought Prey was definitely the more composed, although I wouldn't consider him composed in the game, but I thought he was definitely more composed, and I thought that 49ers just got a ton of breaks, dude. Ton of breaks.
They both
Maybe not a
threw
ton of
three
breaks, but
interceptions in this
I
game.
thought I thought 49ers could have thrown at least 3 on the final drive, on their
Mm,
game-winning drive.
gotcha. Yeah, I was driving while the game was happening, so I was listening to it, and all I could hear was like the result of the play because watching videos and driving is not safe for anyone who does that. Um, but okay, so now those two games are out of the way. So we have four games remaining: Browns, Bills, Giants, Cowboys, Chargers, Titans, and Packers, Panthers. Which one of those would you like to discuss?
Um, I don't know. Let's talk about Browns Bills.
Okay, so we got the Bills who are the second seed and the Browns who are the seventh seed. I think the Browns took the seventh seed all the way to the AFC Championship last year, or maybe it was the sixth seed. But either way,
I
this
think
is
they
a
were the
rematch.
7
Yeah, this is a rematch of the
because they
AFC
beat.
Championship game.
Wait, no, maybe they weren't this. I don't remember. Um,
At any rate,
I'm excited for this
this is a
game.
rematch of the AFC Championship game,
Yes.
and I don't know what to expect here because I would think if I had to choose one person to win the game, I would pick Wilson. But the way Clerk has been playing, he's gotten some good wins
Ballin'.
this season. So that's in
Shit with
Wilson.
me.
Wilson's been inconsistent. So you have the
And I beat the
inconsistent
shit out of
player.
Wilson.
Exactly.
Twice.
Transitive
For the
property.
fourth
So
time,
then,
this man. I overlooked him a little bit in that game, man, and he just played perfect. I'm telling you, that will not happen again.
so transitive property suggests that Clerk should win this game since Clerk beat you, you beat Wilson.
Transitive property does not apply in this game. And you
Yeah,
know it.
it's a game of matchups for sure. So I think I chose the Browns in the post that I made, or you know, in the comment that I made. But it's not going to shock me at all if Clark just kills him because Clark has a good defense, and if Tua doesn't lose him the game, he's going to be in a position to.
Are you on the game?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Can you go to the Browns roster?
Sure.
I'm looking at the Browns roster, and I'm going to their wide receivers, and I'm like, Jalen Waddle, 95 speed. That doesn't sound right.
So what is happening is the snow affects their speeds.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what is going on here?
Yeah, the snow
95
drops
speed?
them
I was
down.
like, how is
speed.
this dude burning the fuck out of me for like? I was like, I got DPs faster than okay, so that makes sense. I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
So
What's going
on the Bills roster, they'll be slower also. I think they both end up with the same like options, or not necessarily option, but it's a pop up about the game. There's a snow game or blizzard game, and then if you click it, it'll tell you that the snow is
Man, they
affecting
can't
you.
build my dome fast enough. They can't build it fast enough.
How many years away is it?
I don't know. I'm building it now.
Oh.
I think. I'm trying to get it built now before the first real good free agency hits, so that I have those funds back going.
Yeah, that's what season 4, season 5. Season 5, I think, is when everybody starts losing or having to pay their players and stuff.
Because I missed out. I was gonna do it last season, but then I forgot.
So if I had to choose, which I have to here, I am going to choose Wilson because I think that he has. I'm just picking Wilson because Wilson lost to Clerk last year, so Wilson's gonna win this one.
I'm picking Wilson because that's my division mate, AFC North.
Okay, well, I mean, if he wins, he'll be facing.
I think it'd be funny if Ron wins, because now Ron's gonna go live talking shit to us.
Yeah, yes, he will. He certainly will. Looking forward to it. Win or lose. The other matchup in the AFC is your boy Ader against Dre, the Titans.
That's my island boy.
So that matchup will be interesting. I think that Dre, he has an offense that can be frustrating to defend, and if he sticks to his guns without getting frustrated,
He's got the perfect formula to beat a player like Ader.
Yeah,
because Ader wants to get up and down. He's the Steve Nash Sons. He wants to get up and down. He doesn't care if you score touchdowns as long as he's scoring touchdowns. He feels like, eventually he'll get some fucking maybe fluky stop or fumble or a pick or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And Dre has
likes
the
to
style.
slow the game down.
Yes, exactly. So that can happen. It's just a matter of whether Dre is able to. It
happened to Ader last year. That's how Ader lost last year, playing Wilson.
Yep.
Wilson
and that's how you beat the high power offenses. You slow the game down. You make it so they only get 2 possessions in the half, and now they're getting frustrated. And that's what happens. What can happen in the playoffs. And we'll see if Dre can do it. But I'm not going to pick Dre here because I think that if Dre gives up one extra possession here, then I don't know whether he's going to be able to get a stop.
I think Ader is going to be on top of his cheese. He hasn't been able to post. He's been watching YouTube videos out the motherfucking wazoo. He's been on Twitch. He's been in the lab. He's been in practice mode. I don't even think the dude has a job. So,
if Clark wins the game against Wilson, you will face the winner of Titans Chargers
yes,
because
yes. I'm
Terrell
excited about
won
that.
his game. So it's
I
possible that we may
believe.
get Ader versus Gas. So we got to root for Clark and Ader to win their games in order to get the
Even though
matchup
we
we've been
did
waiting.
pick Wilson because we do think Wilson is going to win that game.
Yeah, correct. For drama purposes, we would prefer for Clark and then Ader to win their
Yes.
games to get
Right.
what we all want.
That would get a guaranteed Steelers Chargers in the playoffs.
Yeah. So
We just
over
gotta
in
get
the
this dude out of jail. We
NFC,
gotta break him out of jail.
yeah. In the NFC, we've got the Cowboys and the Giants meeting for the third time this season. I think they may have split this season, and
Yes, they did. All of the division matchups in the wild card split
Oh, all
their
right,
season series.
good deal. So we got the Cowboys who will have home field here, and
And I don't even know if it's like I think that the home team has a little bit of an advantage. Like their things with momentum are better than the away teams, maybe. But like it's really whoever like grabs a hold of that momentum. Because
yeah,
if you
it,
have a
it
decent, some of the momentum things though don't even really like I don't even really notice them. It's
yeah,
only the
some of
ones,
them
like, where my
aren't
fucking
ones
hot
that
routes
really
don't
matter.
register.
Yeah,
Like the I think it might be the Steelers Stadium. So I might have fucked myself building a new stadium, but I think that maybe the Steelers Stadium, when I get momentum, you have a chance on third and fourth down of your hot routes failing. What the fuck is that?
yeah, that's
I
that's
had
crazy.
I had to play Lil D with the Broncos against the Steelers, and I think I had the Titans maybe, and like I'm just like, man, I can't fucking hot route. You know how frustrating that is for somebody who passes the ball?
Yes, I mean not.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
And then like this fucking, let's talk about this run commit bullshit, dude. Some of you are fucking weak as fuck. Raiders, no disrespect, but y'all run this run commit fucking 3-4 odd cover 4 run commit where if we pass, it doesn't register as a run commit. And y'all are just running this shit. Just like but had the nerve to say that people were bombing cover 3 and it was a glitch.
Is that something that Dirty has talked about yet?
I don't know if Dirty's talked about it, but
Yeah, I mean,
some people
that
were
is,
saying that they ran the glitch on them and they ran for 200 yards, blah 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 blah. That's not the point. The point is, if you're run committing and it's only committing if it's a run, that's bullshit. Why are we using that? Why are we using that?
Yeah, I mean
That's
that's
not how the that's just
yeah,
weak.
that's a flaw in the makeup of the game, and that's where the line always is like what
That's just like
is-
doing the RPO run with QB.
yeah,
It's just-
exactly.
It's the same exact thing.
Right, and that's where the frustration abounds because why is this
And no, it's not a
manipulation of the
great.
game?
It's not a great defense to run every play, but the smart people, the people who are using it, I'm not. I just said the Raiders because I saw them literally use that in that game today. So, but that shit is weak because they'll use it around the goal line, and you're fucking guaranteed to have to pass. Come on now, that's weak.
Yeah, that's a bit tough. I haven't faced anyone that's used it against me just yet, but I'm not even sure what I would do.
I decided to treat it was if you do it against me first, then it's gloves are off
Okay.
because I know how to really use it. So go
Yeah.
ahead and do that shit to me. This is a warning to all y'all motherfuckers in the playoffs. Go ahead and do that shit to me because I know how to really use it.
All right. Well, let that be everyone else is on notice here. As far as the Cowboys and Giants game, I chose the Cowboys in this game, and I don't know what it is. I just like Self in this matchup. I think that the way that Ramey sold off some of his pieces, I think that he is
sold
going.
Tom Brady, bro. He ain't
Yeah.
going nowhere.
Yeah,
He sold
I
Tom
think
Brady
that,
for Baker Mayfield.
I mean, I love Baker as a player and as a dancer. He's amazing. But
As a dancer,
yeah,
he ain't gonna be doing much dancing this offseason because I got the Cowboys as well.
All right, easy peasy.
He's probably gonna be snapping selfies in the middle of the field. He's probably one of those quarterbacks that gets that animation after the game. They get blown out by like 50 in the playoffs, and he's snapping selfies.
Yeah,
with the other team.
that's an amusing one. Yeah,
That shit that makes me want to cut an artificial intelligence player.
yeah, dude had nothing to do with the decision
Like,
to be
oh, you're
making
gonna
selfies.
disrespect me? You're gonna disrespect me in this organization like that? Okay.
And then the final matchup, I don't think we got to spend a whole lot of time on because I don't think either of us give Skeet much of a chance against Ronald here, Harden.
Wait, no, I'm picking Skeet.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am not expecting him to win that game. I think that Harden's offense is difficult enough to stop, and I think that Skeet can throw himself out of a game. Like if Skeet is on, it's going to be a close game, and it's going to be one of those like last possession types of things. But I think there is a high probability as well that Skeet just gets frustrated and he ends up losing by 35 points. So I don't think there's going to be an in between here. He's either going to have a close game or he's going to get the brakes beat off him. So
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty good representation. Excuse me. Motherfucker.
So as far as overall picks, I can't imagine who you think is going to win the Super Bowl here. Who's it going to be? Dre, right? That's who you think?
Probably Dre.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Or Ader.
Yeah.
Whoever wins Dre and Ader, I think
Yeah.
is just
as who's
they're
going to
destined for it.
run through it.
Especially if they get a week round 2 matchup like Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it is not
It's
good.
always nice to get a little bye in the second round of the playoffs. So if they play Pittsburgh, then
yeah,
that just
double
increases
bye.
their chances.
That's right. So I mean, I think we'll probably be in agreement here. I think that you after last year you understood or you understand that you need
I
to
understand
be.
the assignment.
Yes.
Stokes. I understand the assignment.
Okay, so I'm going to pick the Steelers to win the Super Bowl here, and I think you're going to be facing Eric. I think that's just the expectation. It'll be interesting if we have an AFC championship of Steelers and Raiders because obviously you and Terrell have played one another a few times. So seeing how that transpires would be a really good game. And I'm not really sure whether anyone in the NFC has enough of a counterpunch to Eric.
I think Self fancies himself against Eric.
But Self, he got frustrated in that game against Eric and completely threw himself out of it.
He just needs a little pep talk, bro. He just needs a little pep talk because Eric, you have to throw against Eric because he's first of all, I'm not saying there could be some 3-4, some 3-4 cover 4 going on in Minnesota as well. So he's not fucking easy to run on. And he just has to come out and fucking play smart, take his check downs, hit his dots, go over the top when he has a chance, feed DK the rock. He's a good defensive player. He can force some stuff. And I think
so
that's one thing
believe,
about Eric is Eric will panic, especially if he gets behind.
Yeah, I believe that he can put Eric in positions when Eric's on offense to lose a couple possessions here and there. But what we saw last year is that when things were going bad, he just set up DK on a streak and just threw right into the cover 2 where Eric has a bunch of superstars. And I don't know whether he has learned anything from last season, and maybe he has. I don't know whether they played this season. Let me check that real quick to see if they actually played and what the results were. Okay, they played this season, and it was 32 to 25. So he lost by 7 points. Eric scored 15 points in the fourth quarter. So it was 17-17 going into the last quarter, and so
Yeah.
it looks like it could be a close game, but I have trouble picking against Eric in those moments because if I recall
Yeah.
correctly, um,
I don't like the dude, but he's a good Madden player. There's no doubt
he's
in that.
a really good player. I mean, it's hard to
He not
discount that.
only he's he's got good stick. He is a good play caller. He does his research. Like I don't knock anybody for finding plays and shit like that. I don't care how you do it. He does his research. He fucking plays a lot of Madden. That's a recipe to be a pretty tough out, especially if you have
If
Tyreek
Eric
Hill.
does win the Super Bowl, his only loss this year will have come to Tony. So that'll be an
That's
interesting
crazy,
tidbit.
man.
Yeah.
You know who else? Justin. Didn't Justin he beat me, he blew me out, and then he beat some other person. Or no, I mean, he didn't blow me out. I don't know. He beat me. But who else did he beat? He was on like a 3-game winning streak at the end of the season. He shows up against good players too. But yeah, that's. I will say that. Are you still there? Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
sir. Yes, I'm here.
I
I'm
will
here.
say that. I think that if Minnesota wins the Super Bowl, Theo, please, just for a second. Oh, if Minnesota wins back-to-back Super Bowls, it will be on the back of Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether
Like
I imagine he's going to
he's
start
just the
Rodgers.
one. Yeah, I mean, easy. That's an easy choice.
Yeah.
But like, Rodgers isn't. I'm not. It's not like Rodgers is that fucking. It's not like he's Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously Lamar is the best quarterback. It's not like Rodgers is even Mahomes or even Justin Herbert or someone like that. Like, those are all players I would kind of take over Rodgers just because they're faster. You know what I mean?
To the
So,
one of the things we're going to have to look at, or not necessarily look at, but pay attention to, is is the fact that he's got 3 superstar wide receivers and they're X Factor wide receivers rather, and an X Factor tight end. So and all
yeah.
of that with Rodgers, so he's going to be passing the ball a lot and
I
often. So
mean,
it's,
I've got Lamar. I've got
yeah,
2 slow X Factor receivers. I've got a superstar receiver. I got a superstar tight end. I got an X Factor running back. It's not Derrick Henry anymore. I wish it was. I kind of regret doing that. But I did plug up the middle of my defense.
I mean,
In doing
Eckler
that
isn't bad,
trade,
but
so.
yes, he isn't Derrick Henry. That's
Honestly, dude, if you can get Derrick Henry in the zone. But I guess this was before the run commit thing though, so unless that gets
but
fixed before the Super Bowl.
yeah, even still, I think that it'll be. I mean, out of the shotgun, I don't think people have run a lot of cover or 3-4. You know, I mean, but maybe it still works with dime. So I guess
But where you want to run is near the goal line, and it's so damn hard to pass. They have no problem running 3-4.
I think
It's
that
all
matchup,
good.
if you guys make it to the Super Bowl,
I
would
got a
be a
plan.
really good
I
one.
got
All
a
right, well, good,
plan, bro.
good.
Yeah,
So
like I said,
yeah,
run that shit on me because I really know how to run it.
if you guys are looking for a shocking prediction, I'm sorry that I did not provide it because I know that we all knew that Gas was going to choose himself to win the Super Bowl because that's who he is. And I mean he's been talking about it for all season now.
Yeah.
But I mean I'm not going to go against it either. Gas is my dude, and I
I feel
just
like
think
it's my
that
destiny. I
well,
just period
yeah.
point blank.
All right, destiny's written. Do you have any final thoughts about anything in general?
Final thoughts on anything in general. Um, okay, hold on, Theo. I really want to play Ader.
Yeah.
Ader could beat me. I really don't like him. I feel like this is a really good year, dude, because I really wish DZ would have stayed.
Me too. Me too. I think that
Because
would have made things pretty
I
exciting.
feel like this league is as competitive as it has been since I've really been in it. Because I've always felt like before this year, I've always felt like, oh yeah, I'm probably gonna make the Super Bowl. more times than I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't like drive me. Like I've actually been out here like in practice mode and shit for the first time in like a couple years. Like
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
man, I
think
gotta.
this league
I'm getting
has.
my reactions are getting slower. There's more good players in the league. Like I could lose to Wilson, I could lose to Ader, I could lose to Ron. These are all players that I've lost to already this year. I'm
Yeah,
used to like going seasons without losing to people, like for the whole season.
yeah, yeah. This is something that's really cool to see the league with as many good players as it has. Like just looking at it, if you told me that the Steelers, Raiders, Chargers, Bills, even Vikings,
Raiders, another one.
Cowboys, or even the Packers.
You're the only one that's missing from the equation, bro. You and
I'm
Deezy.
sorry. I mean, Nick Chubb
Imagine the
pulled us
bloodbath
aside.
of this. Imagine the bloodbath of this league if you were out on top of your game and
Yeah.
Deezy was still in the league.
Yeah, it would be it'd be really cool. I mean, that's an unfortunate part of this season, but I mean, everything had to happen for the
I
reasons
think you'll
that
be.
they
I
happened.
think I do think that you're. Yeah, I don't. I think people are gonna think that you might be a little bit more gone than you really are, because I think that you're definitely gonna be back in a big way next season. So
Sure hope so.
at
Sure
least
hope
you better,
so.
motherfucker. You better.
So I mean, there's like 7 to 8 people that it wouldn't really surprise me if they won the Super Bowl, but at the same time, I still thought that there's only there's only 2 people that are gonna make it. So
Yeah.
it's just this
There's a
game
clear
is
favorite in the NFC, and then I mean, I consider myself a clear favorite in the AFC. It's probably not been proven yet, but I plan on proving that here in the next coming few days.
this is what
So
it's all about. I think that
yeah, man, I'm
what's
feeling
really
good, bro.
important here is
2-1
making
playoffs.
sure
We in the
we get
building.
turnovers. That's going to be the name of the
Oh
game
yeah, yeah.
here.
Turnovers. Who led the
Turnovers.
league in turnover differential?
Oh,
Let's go
I don't know.
look, bro.
So in last season's playoffs, for those that don't know, nobody won a game in which they lost a turnover battle. No one, not one team. So and so far this season, that's held true in the playoffs. You were plus 31, and as were the Giants.
Yep.
31 extra possessions gained. So
I've been
for
more in
anyone,
playoff. Last season I was in throw the ball every single play mode. You already know why.
yeah,
This season I've been in more of a let me start to hone. Not I haven't been in full playoff mode, but I started to hone playoff mode. It's always been something that always won me Super Bowls. I would lead the league in passing during the regular season. Then come playoff time, I'm ripping off 180 yards, 3 TDs from running back. You know what I mean?
hmm
It's always how it's been. I need to get back to that. I think we're ready.
yeah, all right. So there it is. It's been a good video. Hopefully the rest of the season is as exciting as the season was. Good luck to all you guys in the playoffs. I'll be
Good
looking to
luck,
get
fellas.
back at it next season. And we out of here.
Peace.